Yo 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 yo. Okay. Yo yo. We need to finish the. Fuck, that scared me. Damn right it will. $1. Considering they eat air for a living, I'd say that's a pretty good meal. Thank you, buddy. They can get some premium air now. Flavored air. Delicious. We love flavored air. Thank you, sir. Bum, 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 bum. Actually, true, eh? Except I'm talking about, like, not as expensive, you know? It's like shooting Kool-Aid like powder in the air and then you kind of like ingest it type of flavored air, you know? Yummy. So tasty. Yo yo. No 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 no. No, we're just talking about what we'd feed the editors for $1. Unfortunately, in North America, $1 doesn't get you much. Yo yo. It don't get you anything. Well, I do suppose people need food to live, yeah? I would say so. Bum, 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 bum. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I can't even tell if that's too loud. I think it's way too loud. But it's so good, but it's too fucking loud. To be fair, I think in my youth, in my absolute youth, I used to blast music on the CD player. It's good, is it really? This shit's burning my ears out in a good way. CD player, old. Very old. Well, not really. I mean, people walked around with, like, Walkmans, right? Which, is a Walkman a CD player or a cassette player? I don't know, man. I'm not old enough to know. OG radio and cassette. Yeah, something like that. I can't really imagine lugging those things around, but, you know, it is what it is. Dark Tide? Dark Tide is fine, but it just got way too repetitive, I think was the problem. Very fucking repetitive. That was its biggest downfall. Too repetitive. Viking Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, Marvel. Is it official or is it like fan made? Oh, you said fan made. You know, I'm surprised Disney hasn't shut it down already, knowing Disney. Disney's coming for that ass. It's way more diverse now. I've played it recently. It's diverse, but it's still the exact same experience every single time you're in a game. Like, more so than not, I find. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as intrigued with 40K, so I kind of just, like, dismiss it a bit more. But even with Vermintide, a universe that I love, even that game's a bit boring, you know, sometimes. Like, I can stomach it for, like, 2 to 3 games, and that's about it. I'll say a game is boring and then sit here and scrape mold lines for 10 hours on the same piece. That's just the duality of man. The duality of man. Felt like the same 4 missions over and over. Yeah, kind of. I've seen Astartes, yeah. It's good. Choreography was insanely good. I mean, for a fan film, though, you can have people who actually do choreography and stuff like that work on it. Which makes sense, you know? No, I don't care about Ogryns. I genuinely don't care about the Imperium. Genuinely. Like, Guard, okay, kind of cool, but now that I've got Votann, it's like I don't even want to look at the Guard anymore, let alone even Orcs. Man. It not my thing no more, bruv. It not my thing. I can't look at 40k. Not like I used to. I used to have a lot of metal guardsmen and orcs. I remember when the Khazarkin came out. In the second edition Ogryn. I was there, Gandalf. I wasn't there when it was led, though. That's certainly even past your time. Yo-yo. The problem with these, like, Left 4 Dead clones is that you just get fucking zombies. Or, like, Skaven was cool. But, I mean, after so many games, it's just like, yeah, okay, I've seen them enough. Why can't we get, like, Plague Bearers or, like, something? Something more creature-esque instead of just, here is guy plagued by Nurgle. Or how about orcs? Like, we're getting Tyranids soon. That's cool. With Space Marine. I know what band I wanted to listen to. I haven't listened to them in so long. And if I'm going to sit here, I'm going to listen to them. Logan the Wolf? Yeah, I'll give it... Post it in Discord, dude. I'll take a look. Post it in Discord. Because otherwise, I'm going to forgetty. Yeah, I gotcha. I've been gone forever. The Stream Deck broke. Steam Deck? Oh, isn't that fucking handheld from Steam? I play Purple Orcs, a bag full of bases. Yeah, that is true. Shouldn't Snickrot be purple? What did they end up painting Snickrot's attire? What does Snickrot even look like right now? Can't tell if this is a mold line. I don't know what this is. Is that a mold line? Like, what the fuck is that? A groove? Oh, it actually is supposed to be there. That is actually supposed to be there. I'm going to assume maybe the thing in the middle shouldn't be there. Oh, yeah, the setup you showed me. Yeah. I did see it. It was pretty ghetto. What if Gork and Mork are just purple? Well, True. Not a bad theory. Maybe it checks out. I feel like nobody cares about what's the clan called? What's the purple clan called? I keep saying like I think it's Blood Axes, right? Is it the Blood Axes? I haven't done any orc stuff in so long. It's been ages. I think I'm just gonna glue everything together outside of like maybe the blades and the engine. So like I'm gonna glue the pilot into the cockpit, and then enclose him in with like the cab. I think I've decided on that. Otherwise, what you would do is build this, glue this, and then essentially paint all of that, and then glue this down. And then once that's done, you glue that into here, and then you have to glue it, the other one into it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that. I think for the sake of the front here, it makes more sense, not to mention I want a gap fill. I want to gap fill the front. I don't want it to look like this. This looks ugly. Same thing with the underneath. You know, put a bit of putty. Gap fill up here. Yeah. So I think for the sake of this, I'm literally just going to build it like this. And then the only other pieces that would be attached separate for painting would be this. That I believe goes like that. And then maybe the gyro bombs and the engine. The engine. There you go. I don't use liquid green stuff. That's just dog shit. Use Milliput. Way better. Milliput with isopropyl alcohol, and you're done. So I think that's what I'll be doing. And then also I can actually, I can glue the gun platform. Although the thing about the gun platform is there's two of them. I could magnetize it. I could attempt to magnetize something, and I haven't done that in ages. You'd essentially magnetize the clattergun front, and then you'd magnetize the brimstone and steam gun front, and then have them, like, interchangeable. How did you come up with your streamer name? What do you think? What do you think, brother? But yeah, I think I'm going to sub-assembly it that way. Sprue goo is good. Yeah, I've got some right here. I use it everywhere. Why am I shaking? Am I going to die? Pretty sure once the pilot's in, you actually don't see anything. Like, I wonder if it's even worth gap filling even this, just because I've got problems in my brain. Well, Tobias is a legitimate name. Nobody cares about League lore, dude. Everyone's like, no one's going to be like, oh, is that Twisted Fate? Tobias? It's like, no, who knows? I could change it legally. I could legally change it. I think I'm actually going to gap fill, because you can actually see a bit of the pilot. Just even a little bit. Yeah, okay. Do I sell my kidney for the best part in my army? What does that even mean? You want something out of the army? You want to buy something? You want to buy my orcs over Discord? You want to buy my Votann over Discord? Is that it? Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of... I mean, there's a lot of people named Tobias. I don't think it's a common name, but, like, it's out there. Chess pieces. A very expensive chessboard. Yo. It would indeed be very expensive. Okay, there's pretty much nothing I can do with this pilot right now, and I don't want to glue him down. No. I'll putty him, then glue it. Which means, crazily enough, I think the gyrocopter is kind of done. For, like, the amount of work I can do right now before puttying, and there's no way I'm going to putty just because I don't want to bust that shit out. What the fuck is that? Is this shield supposed to be on top? You know, it would be cool to magnetize everything. Also, do you know there's supposedly dwarf leaks coming out? Supposedly. I don't know how true they are, but in the Warhammer Fantasy Discord, there was a guy talking about dwarf stuff. It's not really mold lines. It's more of like gaps, literal gaps in like connection points. So like out the front of this thing. When you glue this together, you're going to see this seam. Right? You know what I will do, though? I'm going to actually... Because realistically, I don't think there's a reason not. Oh, you know what? I wonder if you could convert gyrocopters. I wonder if you could convert gyrocopters to look like what their gun is. Do you know what I mean? Like, if one has the clatter gun, maybe just throwing a bunch of, like, ammunition all over it. If one has the steam gun, you know... Or even the brim. Because I'm pretty sure right here is kind of what's shooting out. I wonder. Just to make them look different. But I need to... that is true. Plastic glue will bind it, implying you kind of push it together perfectly. But honestly, you still will see a crack. Definitely. I think it's... I mean, even with this, there's a lot of, like, minor things that I don't like to look at. I have a problem. But what I will do is I don't think I've even chopped out the bits for the clatter gun. And now that you can use clatters, it matters. Yeah, it's right here. Now that you can use clatters, it matters. And there... What the fuck is that? What is this? What is that? What the fuck is this? What? Oh, wait. There's actually 3 fronts. I'm so stupid. There's 3 fronts to this thing. I didn't realize that. Okay, so that's really easy then. You can magnetize all 3 options. Essentially the way it works. Okay, there's the brimstone. Do I dare do that, though? I normally don't fuck with magnets, I'm not going to lie. So essentially the way this works is that if you want the steam gun, which is the typical classic gyrocopter setup, you get this front bit. Here's the steam gun. Steam gun plops into here. And then you plop it into the front of the gyrocopter like that. Right? If you don't want the steam gun, you go the brimstone. And the brimstone looks like this. Right? Supposed to breathe fire. And then that also plops into the front. And if you don't want that one, then I mean, the only other option is the clatter gun, which I don't know where the front of it went. Oh. I think it's, yeah, I would say so. And then here's the clatter gun, right? Little rifle thing. Semi-auto weapon. Honestly, I would say magnetizing this makes the most sense. It is too much work, I do agree, but like I kind of like the idea of spending more time to get $60 out of this. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm actually going to go buy some magnets and try and magnetize all three options to the gyrocopter. I think that's a good way to do it. And you just do that on all of them and you're done. So I think realistically, you would, well, could start with that. Well, Magnet Baron has lots of, yeah, I'm going to check probably Magnet Baron. I mean, there's a few websites I'll look at, but this should be easy. I haven't magnetized something in years. I know how to do it, obviously. It's not hard, but I think for gyrocopters, because they're so complex in how you build them, not that they're hard to build, but like, who the fuck wants to build that? Nobody. Nobody wants to build this, I promise you. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Like, you're not going to magnetize Dwarf Warriors to have, like, hand weapon and shield or, you know, two-handers, right? That's just tedious and stupid. But for people who have, like, two gyrocopters, I don't see what's wrong with that. So we're going to clean the other options, actually. So let's do the clatter gun. Where's my good clippers? Gap fill. So before gluing, I want to putty. I haven't puttied anything in so long. Is this dry? So, fine Milliput. More Milliput. No, this is green stuff. Here it is. Wait. Why the fuck did I put 50-50? What does that even mean? What's the other half to Milliput? Oh, it's this. It looks like actual rotten couch fluff. Yeah. So Milliput, you take a bit of this, mix it together, and you essentially get a paste. And then with the paste, you can use alcohol and you can thin it. It's like green stuff, basically. Except this is better. This is way better than green stuff. Doing what he really enjoys. Okay, I still enjoy League. It's just like, this is... I don't have to spend 30 minutes looking at someone like Twitch 80 carry. It's different. It's a different experience. We're good. It's a grainy or green stuff? Yeah, basically, right? That's why it's so smooth. If you're gap filling, I would never use green stuff. If you're like doing big chunks of conversions, green stuff's a bit better, I find. Or you can mix the two. Like, there are so many talented people out there who can use green stuff well. I am not one of them. For the first time, I posted on Reddit. I must intermingle with the community. It's time. I'm coming out of my shell. I'm leaving my fucking basement hold. You brave man. It's actually on the it's on the Bugman's Reddit, the dwarf Reddit. Is it easy to fuck up while cleaning? You talking about cleaning mold lines? Capes, jackets, body parts for monsters. Oh, well, yeah, you could do that for sure. You can. I feel like it just doesn't... It's not as rigid as green stuff, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, okay, so the way it works when it comes to cleaning up mold lines is that you're not cutting, you're scraping. You'll typically fuck it up if you actually cut into the mini. So, like, right now I'm cutting away a nub because you can't scrape the nub away if it's too raised. So you gently take piece after piece off until it's low enough, and then you scrape it, or you use, like, sandpaper. When it comes to cleanup in general, you don't take out too much. Less is more. And then, of course, you put a bit of sandpaper. This doesn't even matter because the gun's not even going to be seen, but... Like that. And then you wipe it away. And you're done. It's smooth as butter. Yeah, you never cut. Don't cut when you're scraping stuff, obviously. Like right now, you could see that. Obviously, you cut it off, but you're kind of cautious. You cut it to the point where it's super close to the actual piece. And then you can scrape away. Yeah, less is more is good. Oh, I've gained weight, bro. I'm a fat motherfucker. I gotta lose weight. You know, I look thinner on the other camera. Whenever I'm doing Warhammer, I visually gain 100 pounds. It's just how Warhammer works. USB powered mini. The problem with the mini sanders is that if you don't give a shit about like how deep it may go, you can use them because they're pretty powerful. Obviously, the best thing to do is kind of use a knife and just completely control how much you're taking off. Yeah. You'll see me on the other channel probably tomorrow. It's not as bad. It doesn't. I look large as shit on this channel. It's weird. Sandpaper is good, but I would say the blade does all the work, and then if it's like being annoying and the piece can't really be cleaned too well, then you get the sandpaper. You just use it in tandem with the blade. It's not like use one or the other completely. Using both is good. Because when it comes to sanding anything, I use anywhere from 1,000 to like 2,000. I would say, though, for sandpaper, 1,000 grit's perfect. Just wet sand everything and you're done. 500's pretty that's pretty abrasive. I guess it just depends on what you're doing. Normally, if I'm using sandpaper, it's to pretty much kind of completely finish off the surface, but I'm sure for metal minis and whatnot, having more rougher grits are better. I've never seen a gyrocopter with a clatter gun. I'm kind of interested to see what this looks like up the front. Oh, okay. What a short fucking album. It's like, what, 30 minutes? 25 minutes and 30 seconds for an album? Yeah. That is not very long. Turn into dwarven tunnels or catacombs. Boarding action. You talking about like the 40K stuff? I just think 40K needs more creatures, man. I would love to see more alien sculpts and things that are like fucking funky. Like, I'm not really a super big Xenos fan, but I want the creatures. To do a kit. Oh, well, you could do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I guess it really boils down to the next type of setting they're going to do. There's only so many fucking like spaceships or buildings you could be thrown into that look gothic. No, I've never heard of them. Me and listening to new music? Oof. Oof. We need more Space Marines. I mean, I genuinely think that's not a problem considering they sell out and everyone buys them. Because then that shit can fund more shit, you know? More Space Marines, right? I think it's a matter of whatever sells is what they're going to support. I hate to say it, but if the Dispossessed in Age of Sigmar don't sell, I don't think they're going to be making any more. Although right now, everyone's gearing up for the new Dwarf release for the old world. Or like the re-release, I should say, and new releases, because they are coming out with like characters and hopefully a unit. I'm kind of intrigued with like the weirdo, like they're bringing Bugman's cart into the game to be played with. I wonder what the rules are for that thing. Because I have absolutely no idea. But that'd be cool. Yeah, Xenos don't get anything. And the Xenos are some of the most like interesting things in the universe anyways, because you typically don't see them. And they're fucking aliens, right? Like compared to everyone knows the Space Marines or the Guard, whatever. Which I got no problem with, but I'd like to see some more unique stuff. Although I will say this, again, I'm not really a fan of cults or Tyranids or anything like that, but I can appreciate a good bad guy. The have you seen the new was it Necromunda? I think it was the new Necromunda box that has the like tainted and mutated fucking gene stealers. That shit looked creepy. That's good. You need more of that. The Imperium is the Skaven of 40k. Guard could be considered. What were they? I thought they were enslavers. They look like it. What would they be? They're like little bulbous, like floating eyeball tentacle things. They looked like enslavers. Were they just like fucked up spore mines or something? Is that what corrupted the Tyranids or what? Like, what is that? You know, maybe I should go read the article, probably. Led by the 13th Primarch. Yeah. You never know, man. They're called Teramites, whatever that means. They didn't say anything in the article as to like what they do. Head swaps of existing Hivescum models. Well, I mean, that's what they would be, though, to be honest. It's just a dude who's infected, and then it essentially looks like an inbred cultist. Like the Hills Have Eyes type of shit, you know? I think it looks fine. No, Warhammer was my first model kits for sure. Before this, it would have been like plastic army men, but you don't really paint those. Oh, different. Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. I mean, that's such a generic kit, though, right? It's cool, but I guess they leave that up to the person to customize with like Gene Stealer bits or something, or not Gene Stealer bits, like Tyranid bits. Oh, did you really? Wait, you made zombies out of 40k bits for Age of Sigmar or Old World? Is that what you mean? All models are Necro. You know, I was actually going to use Necromunda models for Old World. So, like, I understand now. I had such a sick idea. Warband for a character named Lurch at the Bone Queen who has zombies. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go, man. You read up on them, and then you want to build them, and then it's a project that never gets done because that's how Warhammer works. And then it goes into the pile of shame, and you're like, I'll get to it, and then you don't get to it, and then eventually you just sell it, and then you kind of want to go back to it. That sums up Warhammer. I mean, that's cool though. It's like whatever, you know. It is what it is. Some are good, some are bad. Even if they suck ass, it's like at least you've got them. Wait, why does this not work? What's wrong with this? Oh. Oh. You know, even if it's not good, it's still a bit of hobby fun, so why not? Bit of a change of pace when you're making stuff. People do make their own characters and whatnot too, you know? Whether it's for aesthetic purposes or not. Wait, you're saying this is for Necromunda? Yeah, gotcha. Send it, dude. I mean, you can literally send anything. Post it in the Discord. Send that shit over. Discord the bitch. Bow, bow, no, 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 no. So I think the clattergun part is done. If I do go back to this, it's probably to magnetize it, to be honest. Unless, for whatever reason, I just want to glue it. And the only reason I would ever glue something like this, I suppose, is because I'd want to make the gyrocopter kind of reflect the actual gun. I just want to see what the clattergun looks like. That's cool. Kinda. It's fucking gone. Ay, ay, ay. Where'd it go? Draven, thank you, buddy. Thanks, man. Okay, I'm kind of scared to move my fucking chair. Ay, ay, ay. Hang on. My ass is gonna flop out. My big booty. God damn. Where'd that bitch go? Where is it? Man, I lose everything. What a nightmare. Is it here? Boop. Oh, there it is. Wow. It was right in front of me the whole time. No shit. Right. Clattergun. Obtained. So the next gun would be... So we have the steam gun. Probably the worst of the bunch, I think. Or maybe the clattergun, I'm not sure. Steam, clatter, and now we have to do the brimstone. Which certainly looks a little bit more impressive. Bow, 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 bow. Man, those clippers are so ass. Cross, thank you, man. Thanks, buddy. Why are the Games Workshop clippers overpriced and garbage? Why do they suck so much ass? Why are they so terrible? I no longer wish to use them. Yeah, I'll take a look. No, you're good, man. Yeah, it's cool. They look very I like the paint, honestly. It looks more realistic, you know, instead of vibrant with like too many highlights. I mean, it looks like they're literally living in shit, right? And muck. They're living in the poo-poos. This is good news. I like it. Very desaturated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, post them, man. Go for it. That's why it's there. Use the bloody Discord. It's there for a reason. Post it. Show it. So does anyone here magnetize stuff? Because everyone's going to say, if you do, the Magnet Baron, is that just unanimously where you'd go for magnets? Yeah, I mean, magnetizing stuff isn't common. It's a little extra work. It's not that it's hard, but like... For easy kit bashing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes they literally set it up to where magnets are like the best thing for it. I'll think about it, though. I don't think when it comes to dwarves that you'd have to magnetize much in your army. And for the few things you would, it's pretty damn simple. Yeah, Chimp Pit, peace, man. Take it easy, buddy. Yeah, I mean, if you do fantasy, exactly, the undead, like, you don't need any magnets. Maybe for, like, would you need one for a Mortis engine? Or even, like, a corpse cart? I think you do for those two, maybe? Drummer or attack would be sweet. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And again, you get more bang for your buck, right? Like, if you're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on Warhammer, I don't think there's a problem with spending, like, 50 more bucks to get magnets and then take the time to kind of, like, flesh everything out. It's a process for sure, but like it is a very good one for gaming. If you like what you see is what you get, which I kind of do personally. Not that I would be against it if you didn't. Um, but you know. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Well, it can the Mortis engine have options? The corpse carts can have options. I know that. Like relevant options. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Man, that old fucking like the old vampire counts aren't going to be out until like damn near the end of it all, I think, personally. Posted in general or like works in progress, picks and work in progress. Makes more sense, I think, actually. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't like the Age of Sigmar zombies. I think they look fine, but like, I love the when did they come out? Fifth edition, the fifth edition zombies or something. I don't want to say fourth edition. Maybe it was. Whenever they did that original zombie kit, the one that they've used forever, that's the goat. It's just so modular, and it doesn't look terrible. It really doesn't. If you built them base, yeah, a little bit. I mean, of course, it was the modularity, right? Like as you said, you can convert them and do stuff, but I like them. Same thing with the militia kit, bro. Militia kit's perfect. It's amazing. Yeah, the old ske. Well, which old skeletons? There was a few of them. The latest one for the vampire counts. I mean, not the Tomb Kings. Um. Okay, yeah, those the standard like I don't know when they came out. I'm gonna say like seventh edition skeletons or something. Very generic like Army of Darkness villains. The only thing I don't like about it is that if you wanted to make them look amazing, you'd have to make them all with the exact same pose because that's kind of how they are, right? If they're all brought back through like necromantic powers or whatever, they're all kind of like moving in tandem with each other. They don't really step out of line. And I think in that kit they've got like feet kind of walking in different directions and shit. Or like feet, left and right going first or second. Exactly. Yep. Yep. I mean, they're not there anymore. It's just energies keeping them together. Yeah, I'll take a look. That's cool. This is for Old World, right? Yeah, I like them. Again, it looks like they're very drab, eh? Very desaturated. Everything's kind of like I've always been jealous of like in a way big flashy bold colors can look good, but at the same time the grittier side of paint jobs to me looks almost better just because it kind of looks in universe, lived in type of deal, right? Looks good, man. Something about him, man. Something about him. Exactly. I don't blame you. I mean, ogres would never be cleaning their stuff anyways. Makes sense. And even if they were, it's a universe where people are beating each other to death with like swords and maces and big old clubs. Like things do happen and people get disgusting. And I don't expect ogres to want to shower, so much like me, I get them. Reintroduce some color to my stuff, considering a good 90% is dark. Oh, Vampire Coast shit would be awesome. Making it all like, I don't know, striped pants and whatnot and bandanas. You know, not everything has to be kind of like dull and dead. Their clothing can still be kind of vibrant but shit on, you know? Old and ragged. Yeah, streaking grime and all that stuff is people go to town on that. Like they don't use it sparingly. They love it. When is enough enough? Quinn, yo, buddy. Paint all 80 of my converted zombies and skeletons. I feel like it's not that bad, honestly. If you're painting 80 zombies and skeletons, most of it is kind of just the same palette. You know, you could. Huh? Yeah. What? Oh, no, you're good. Walk by. Um, you can have like zombies' clothing look different, obviously, but you know, most of it would probably look kind of the same. Painting 60 Necron warriors. I feel like if you're painting Necrons, just airbrush everything. OSL the fucking light sources. Like spray the hell out of, you know, silvers and your washes and everything, and then go in and touch up like bits of highlighted detail, you know? Like, yeah, Necrons don't really get you far in terms of the color department. Oh, gotcha. I don't know if you follow a guy on Twitter. I don't know if he still posts stuff, but that guy had so many sick conversions. There was a guy who was extremely good at sculpting, and he was doing a Vampire Coast army, but I think it was for Age of Sigmar. I think it's that guy. Yeah. He's really good with green stuff. He like resurrected the fucking Gloomtide shipwreck, and he made it with like green stuff and everything. And nah, his shit's good. I think it's that guy. Yeah. Green stuff and 3D modeling are two things. If you want to be a hobbyist, you should try because they will allow you to do anything you want. Hang on. Send more stuff if you want to share your shit, man. I know you showed me a bit of it previously, but like, post your shit if you're working on it. Post it. People want to see it, for God's sake. And yeah, green stuff is amazing. I mean, what do you think all the minis were made of back in the day? Green stuff. What do you think your dwarf warriors were before they got casted into plastic? Oh, no, 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 no. Got a bunch of spiders to paint. You know what's crazy? You got Lord of the Rings minis too. I have a cave drake. I want the Watcher, and I want a dragon because I want to do dioramas of dwarves killing them. Not in game, of course, because we don't like them. Or like battling them, you know? That'd be cool. Well, not smug, but like I think they're just called dragons. I don't think they're called anything but just dragons. Dragon. Okay, what is this? Oh, Quinn, did you hear about the supposed dwarf leaks? I'm not sure how legit. Yeah. Fucking dwarven spearmen. I don't like that. Cool. Well, actually, you know what's interesting is Ironbreakers use long shafted mattocks. Like it's a giant pole, and there's like a hammer on the end of it, and they're fucking beating the shit out of people over a guy in front of them. They're like a weapons team from or a Vault Warden team is what they're called from the Lord of the Rings game. Like that's canon, at least for the sake of one of the books. Yeah. I don't know if that's what they're referencing, but like that doesn't sound practical. Well, the way Ironbreakers work is that they just force themselves into like the most cramped and confined, places with a big fucking shield. And if you have one shield in front of you, how do you do anything over you? Right? So like you take the mattock and you go bum 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 bum. That is what spears are for, yes. I mean, you could have spears as an Ironbreaker, or instead of a spear, how about you just take out a Drake gun and roast out a whole fucking column of rats? Practical mechanical lances that extend. They could do it. They're dwarves. If you've made a steam drill, you can make a steam lance. Or you could just have a flamethrower, which they also have anyways. So like I cast 50 clan rats with dirty, poop-ridden blades. Okay, I have flamethrower. I think I win. I think I just win. I cast Essence of Jezzail. Yeah. I mean, a Jezzail won't do anything in the confines of, like, a mountain. In a cramped tunnel, I don't think a Jezzail has any chance of doing anything, obviously, but... And that's kind of where the Ironbreakers are, is in the deepest, most confined parts of the mountain. You know they had an unreleased Nagash mini? I think it was a head swap, though. I've seen it a few times. Can't tell if this is good. Is this good? This is good. Oh, yeah. Smooth. Maybe I will. Maybe through like Warhol or TTS. Maybe. I mean, I do want to play the game. After seeing videos of the old world and, reminiscing more about fantasy, I said I didn't care too much, and now I do. Also because they fucked over my Age of Sigmar army, so fuck that. I can no longer play like... Well, the problem with... I would have been content with playing Age of Sigmar if cities kept the synergy with the dwarves, and it's just gone. It's crap. Like, there's no reason to take Iron Breakers, Hammerers, like Iron Drakes in Age of Sigmar. It's garbage. Complete garbage. Yeah. And for that reason, I can't convert, and I can't have fun, and I can't use the Hurricanum with a giant fucking anvil on top. Smaller but looked better. I mean, different sculptors. Everyone has their subjective sculpts that they like, you know? I remember my buddy having the old Nagash model. It was very dinky. But people did like it, and it has its charm. The biggest thing is charm. It's got charm. Ooh, almost cut myself. Holy shit. I put a gash in my finger. Oops. Banned. Oh, those are pretty cool, eh? Yeah, you're literally green stuffing everything. All right, okay, okay. Bro's out here looking like fucking Captain Gangplank with that hat. That's cool. I was kind of doing the same thing, except with like humans and dwarves and orcs. I even had Skaven. Maybe an elf. If I was to do it again, though, I think I'd just do humans and dwarves. Maybe an orc or two. Like, converting is fun, but it takes so long. I remember I used to do a lot of orc vehicles, and I would make a couple of Shinorks, which were troop carriers that could fly. And I was pretty young, and I ended up selling them for like $100 each, $100+ each when I was kind of like thinning down my army. And I'm like, damn, really? People like this shit? So I wish I had photos of it, but like, I used to be pretty good with that. Even buggies. I remember making a bunch of custom buggies. Yeah, converting. I mean, you know what? I've always wanted to do, and I was close to doing it. I want to do like a fucking Colonial Marine guard kill team, because that would be badass. And I even 3D modeled and printed my own shoulder lights, like the flashlights they've got that attach to their back. And the project fell through, because all projects fall through unless you finish them. Talaran, Talarn is Talarn Desert Rats, right? Is that what they were called? The Talarn Desert Fighters, I think. Yeah, I mean, all metal minis. I think for the Age of Metal Guardsmen, the Desert Raiders. Okay, sorry, I get them all mixed up. I used to play guard, and I used to fucking flip. I still have my book downstairs. It's downstairs. Um, in the Age of Metal minis, for the guard, the only thing I fucked with was Steel Legion. They had Steel Legion in my GW, and alongside my Cadians, I'd have like a few units of them, just for fun. Yeah, Steel Legion is very cool. Everyone discounts Steel Legion because it's just like, we have Krieg, they look better. Come on. Come on, bruh. Yeah, I love Steel Legion, actually. Very cool. Vestroyans were sick as fuck too. Yeah, Vestroyan, dude, the Vestroyan sculpts are amazing. Amazing. And they don't even look complex. They're just perfect. Actually so sick. Yeah, they had the wooden stalks and everything. It was like a pumped up las gun with wood elements. I don't really like I like the Stormtroopers, the ones that came before the Tempestus Scions. I kind of like those sculpts more. The Tempestus Scions to me just don't work. I think they're my least favorite aesthetic. There's something about them that just doesn't compute compared to like Kazarkin or the Stormtroopers. So, something about them, man. Something about them. Okay, we got to clean up the gun now. But the number one thing that pisses me off is you'll sit here and have a billion Space Marine legions and then have like 3 guard regiments. The guard regiments are so much cooler than Space Marines. Period. They just aesthetically pop the fuck off. Of course, subjective, but you know. Like, I would love to see more plastic guard regiments. Why don't we have plastic Vestroyans? Like, you really want Kriegers over Vestroyans, even though Krieg was resin? Like Valhallan upgrade sprue, Talarn upgrade sprue, Armageddon upgrade sprue. I mean, I'm not sure if that really works too well with the aesthetic of the Cadian body. Probably not, but, you know. What about the Catachan jungle fighters? For God's sake, they look like they're stuck in the 80s. Which they are. I guess it's what sells. Yeah, they look pretty good too. I'm not really a big fan of Horus Heresy, but aesthetically they're very nice. Like, if they introduced squats in 30K, we might be playing. Well, the Catachan sculpts are rough just because they haven't been updated. You know, like, it's, yeah, the muscles are a little blocky. You know, a good paint job actually does do them well. For sure. If you can paint them well. Yeah, basically. I mean, it's interesting that they'd even keep them if they look like that. You know what I mean? Because they're not fucking selling. But I think it's the fact that they're so clearly a different aesthetic from Guardsmen that, like, they're going to give them a chance. Or I should say Cadians. Different from Cadians. And these clippers are ass. Why did I buy the GW Clippers? I'm sorry, God. Yeah, I mean, you know what? They did do an updated. No, I was just at Home Depot. Give me one sec. Hang on. Where is my Clippers? Where is it? Surely it's here somewhere. Oh, here they are. Yes. Whatever happens, if you're gonna spend $3,000 on this, spend $4,000 on this. Just saying. Those GW Clippers are booty ass. Booty ass stank. You know, they did kind of update the Cadians, not the Cadians, the Catachans. It was the command box. Um, I mean, I'm gonna say this is more of a W. One sec. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is much better. Like proportions wise, they do kind of look like the originals, but to me, it's more of an upgraded, like semi upgraded look. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like the command sprue did get something done, but then faces are rough. Not really. I mean, you could look at this guy and be like, oh my God, close that mouth. But I think it looks okay. Looks acceptable to me. I mean, okay, maybe not. So yeah, I don't know. Command sprue looks fine to me. Looks better than the basic troops. Okay, we got to finish this. Yeah, you're good, man. Cross, take it easy, buddy. I'm going to get out of here soon as well. Probably in about 15 minutes or so. It's going to be midnight. I have to be up in the morning. Life is very busy. Tomorrow I must be on my way at about 10:30, and then I'll be back around noon. And at that point, I actually do plan on streaming on the fucking main channel because it's time to lose all my games. I'm not entirely sure what I want to build next, army-wise. I could just say fuck it and go build, like, some weird one-off mini, but I'm tempted to just build Dwarf Warriors. I don't know. Maybe Hammerers? I just like making characters at this point. Yeah. I mean, once you've had so many basic troops, it's like, how many more do I need? I don't blame a motherfucker. Yeah, converting stuff is fun. It's just a matter of, like, how many ideas you can come up with and then see them through. Sometimes it can be a bit too daunting because the idea is just fucking cracked. It's like, how do I keep up? How do I keep up? Shit. Now I don't have scissors. Looking at Warhammer is a great way to get ideas for conversions. Oh, art? Yeah, for sure. Easily. I mean, there's a lot of, like, flavored art out there that never made it to the minis, so you can absolutely come up with ideas as to what you want to be doing. I mean, if you're Buddy's going to pay you to do it and you want to do it, I'd fucking take the money. Let's go. He gets what he wants and you get what you want, right? Like, not a bad deal. Time is money. I think when it comes to inspiration, period, it's just kind of well, it's interesting because like everyone who draws something is inspired by something. You know what I mean? It's just inspiration on inspiration on inspiration. Coming up with your own idea in today's times, not as common, I suppose. But it can happen. Destiny 2 PvP. Ew. I don't think I want to play Destiny at all. More Corsairs? Yeah. I don't really play Steam games, man. Like Street Fighter, okay. Oh, yeah. Making every mini look unique is something that's definitely not an easy task. It does take a while. Is Destiny bad? What about the first game? No matter what game people say sucks fucking ass, there's still people playing it. It could be the worst game ever like conceived, but people will still play it. Like even Overwatch 2, right? Like what is Overwatch 2 at this point? What am I supposed to be doing here? Very interesting. I think I have to look at this again. I may have fucked it up slightly to the point where I'm upset with it. This is like the bottom of the gun. But there's something about it that looks wrong with what I've done. Yeah, I think I'm just going to look at this later. I don't want to whittle at something that's going to piss me off. Okay. Mostly the gyrocopter's basically done. If not, it's complete. There's nothing more I can really do to it. I can glue on like bits to the engine. I can glue on the gyro bombs, but I still need to putty it, and I have no willpower to do that tonight. But it is basically done. Engine goes in. Somehow, engine's in. Blades. The shield bit, I can paint separately. Pilot goes in. I mean, basically finished. Basically done. Clattergun. Damn. Look at that. You know, I don't even think I have a square base to this thing at all. Which means I have to go look up the base size and go buy them. Because I don't think I own any... Well, actually, I do have a bunch of square bases. I could go check. 50 by 50 for gyros? Okay. I'll go take a look. Maybe I have some. Because there's no way I'm putting this on a circle anymore. Like, these initially could have been for Cities of Sigmar, and now they're not ever going to be in Age of Sigmar. Well, it's a clear flight stand, which I do have, but I'm talking about the actual base it goes onto. So I think for the most part, it's done. I think I'm pretty good with this, honestly. I thankfully have a display case now for projects instead of sitting them on shelves. So I think I'm going to just start stocking up what I'm going to use for an army in the display case, and when I want to actually finish something off painting-wise, I'll just take it out and start. So I think this is one gyrocopter added to the army without it actually being done. Which means I should... I can bag it. Let me just make sure I have all the pieces outside of the brimstone. Engine bits. Color. Pilot, engine. Oh, I'm not ending right now. Well, I should have ended right now. Maybe in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I want to figure out what I want to build next. 1 sec. I do want to build more. I just need little baggies. Baggies. There they are. Bonus fresh baggie. Oops. Okay. So we've got this. Pilot. The guns. The bits. The only thing left is the brim gun, which I'm sure I have multiples of somewhere, considering I've built gyros before. Gun. There it is. Bonus Brim. Stone gun. Well, what are you making the Corsairs into? Are you just building them, or are you actually, like, playing Dark Elves? Flight stand. So, you said gyros are you sure they're 50 by 50? 100% 50 by 50. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, he did. $50 by 50 millimeters. Yep, you're right. So I'll chuck this in here. I will then also get the flight stand, which is right here. So one gyro done. Done enough to the point where, like, if I do want to build, if I actually want to finish it off, it's pretty much ready for paint and whatnot. Cool. Gyro complete. So what the fuck would I add to the army again? Second gyrocopter? Do I dare glue another one together? I don't think I want to right now, I'm not going to lie. Maybe hammers. Let's try and clean this desk up. Well, characters, yeah, I mean, I want to build an anvil. I do want to have an Anvil of Doom. I had one way back when. It was fun. I have them now. So it's just a matter of, do I want to finish that? Oh, you need banners. Well, it's a matter of, like, combat resolution. You got to win it. Without banners, you're not really winning it. I heard right now it's mostly MSU for, like, supporting units. So Drakes, Thunderers, Quarrelers. I don't know so much about melee units, unless you're just, like, fucking up people's movement. Hammerers or I mean, hammerers are expensive, and if I take hammerers, I'd have to just, like, throw the fucking like shield bearer's lord into it as well, just for the sake of having that. Maybe. I mean, but dwarf warriors are so, like, cool because they're nothing special, right? Which makes them cool. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Magic banners? Magic banners on what? Talking about, like, runes? If you're going to take hammers and put them in, like, blocks of 20, I'm assuming you're kitting them out. considering how expensive they are. You don't want them dying. And you want them winning every combat, if you can. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, I do wonder though, is a gyro bomber even worth having? I think I've never seen a gyro bomber used in game. It's just like Total War. It's exactly like Total War. Nobody plays gyro bombers. I wonder why. Poor thing. It has literally no uses. I mean, you could. I think they look cool. They look really cool as a mini, and owning at least one of everything is awesome. I don't think I'm down to build another one, though. I'm not going to lie. What a fucking nightmare that was to build one gyro. I'm not going to lie. Bombing run. You know, the thing about the gyro bomb, I don't like units of gyro bombers. I kind of miss the single entity gyro bomber from like a previous patch in Total War. 3 of them just seems like absolute overkill, or like 4. Something like that. Seems a bit too much. Hey, yo, buddy. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm not ending actually, not yet, because I want to start something new. But I need to go get my little vacuum to pick up all of these particles and throw this away. And also maybe replace the paper, but probably not. Bum, bum, no, no. Reverse cannon ROR. Those things are so... Hell cannons are so shit. Oh my god, what a pile of asshole. 1 unit of gyrocopters can beat it. and by beat it, I mean, like, kill it instantly. Which, of course, it can beat it. It's a flying unit, but, like, it's the fact that it dies so fast to nothing is insane. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I gotta go vacuum this up, and my vacuum's in the living room, and I'll be back. Also, the gyrocopter can go in the case. 1 gyrocopter. Wait, that's really annoying, isn't it? Now, what the fuck can I build? What do I even want? Uh, Realistically, I want 2 gyrocopters, so that's gonna have to be done eventually. Do I have a notepad? Um. Okay, so realistically, uh, another gyrocopter. So 2. Um, Lord on shield. Bears times 1. 20 block of like hammers. $20. Command. I cannot type. Or sorry, not type. I cannot write. Rangers. Uh, 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 just for the sake of having them. This is obviously not going to be in one army, but like, just to be able to do stuff. I didn't get the new mini, no. I will get it, but not anytime soon, probably. Organ guns aren't terrible. You're not a fan of dwarves? Why are you on this stream then? Nah, the mini looks good. I'm not really a fan of the base personally. I think it looks great, but like the base being Age of Sigmar is kind of lame. But then again, you could just replace it with whatever, so it's not that bad. Bro, why you being a fucking weirdo, man? Chill. Chill out. Hmm. How are you doing this with sausage fingers? Bro, I'm fat, but like, come on, I'm not inhuman. Grudge thrower, flame cannon. I don't think the No. I think I like the organ guns better. If I'm gonna be building anything, I'd rather build those than like the flame cannon or the grudge thrower, personally. The bolt thrower is not even gonna be on the list. Like, fuck that. Garbage. Turbo garbage. I want to see what other people are doing. I think that makes the most sense. I feel like having something, like having one of everything is good for the sake of like trying stuff out. But, oh, Iron Drakes. I'm so blind. I was going to say Iron Drakes are missing. Flame Cannon isn't good. I don't even know. I don't think I've even read the Flame Cannon rules. I have no idea. I'm just going to say it's not compared to like the Organ Gun or something. Longbeards, Rangers. I don't think Ironbreakers I would enjoy bringing. They just kind of sit there. They're not very killy. I really like Rangers. I'm looking through the Dwarf Discord. I'm trying to find what people do. Or rather, what people are bringing. Longbeards, Ironbreakers. People are taking MSU Dwarf Warriors. Really? People are even taking Thanes. Power Rangers. Longbeards, Rangers, Gyrocopters, Hammerers, King on Shield Bearers. People are still taking Thanes. What's the point of a Thane? Outside of a bit of like potential in a unit. Oh, I guess you have to take a BSB, right? So that'd be the Thane. Come to think of it. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. It's literally just the Thane with the BSB. And I think if I'm going to take a Thane with a BSB, I'm just going to use the traditional, like... I don't even know. I actually don't know. Maybe I'll build the organ gun. I think that's a safe bet next, is just to build an organ gun. Because it's going to be any of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the organ gun. Which I have many. Hang on. Oof. I have so many organ guns and cannons. What do you know? I have way too many. Okay. Bro, you gotta be... You're just being... Bro, time this motherfucker out. Time this dude out. What the fuck? Be quiet. Time this dude out. Atlan, assassinate. Hit him with the rune of accuracy. Hurry. Ow. I don't think he's here. Oh, he's here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay. Bro, stop being weird, man. Ain't no way I want Twitter talk in this chat. All right. Organ gun acquired. Let's put everything back. Got the gun. Jesus Christ. All of these bits for one gun? No way. Although not really. When they made these artillery kits, they made them very flavorful. So they've got, like, cannon shells, a dwarven wheelbarrow, and of course they had to inscribe it with, like, an ancestor face, right? Because that's what dwarves do. You've got a pickaxe. You've got a bunch of cannonballs for the organ gun. You've got shields with cannons on them. You've got a telescope thingy. So many cool bits in this kit. All right. I think there was a bit more. Like, you've got guys with shells. I'm even more sad now that I didn't get my battalion box. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of cannons. I have a lot of these things. I mean, you'll be able to get it soon enough, right? It will be back. Obviously. Damn, look how beautiful that is. So the question is, can somebody check for me as to the base size of the organ gun, if anyone knows it? So this is essentially, the way this kit works is that one sec. Okay, thankfully, I keep all my boxes. It's not a problem. There's the instructions. There's the box. Did you know they show ponies in this artwork? 50-50 for organ gun. Gotcha. Age, you linked me the Age of Sigmar base sizes. This is Warhammer Fantasy. Or I should say Old World. Okay, 50-50. Okay, so you can literally see the pony. The pony's dragging up the war machines. For the longest time, I had thought this was done by Karl Kapinski, who did a bunch of like pretty iconic shit for Games Workshop, like what, early 2000s ish and more. This looks like Kapinski, but it's not. I forgot the guy's name who did this, but I mean, you can't go wrong with this artwork, man. Look at this. It's so badass. It's so good. It's like the more you look at this, you tend to find things that, like, obviously glancing over it, you'd miss. And then there's the kit, all done. Yeah. Where's the spade? Dwarven spade. All right. Should be about 2006. Most of these 2005, so a year before most of the dwarf releases. 2006, 2005 was kind of like the resurgence of dwarves. They essentially got a lot of updated kits. Before that, it was like this was made of metal. The organ gun was metal. The cannon was metal. Dwarf warriors were plastic, but they were a bit blocky. They looked kind of dated. This was essentially the big dwarf update to make everything look nice. Or I should say nicer. Because, you know, everything has its charm. Speaking of charm, you've got 4 different ancestor faces on, like, each of the organs. Each of the cannons. What? Why? What's wrong? Are you hungry? Okay, soon. What do you think about Fire Slayers and Kharadron Overlords? They're all right. I like the Kharadrons quite a bit compared to, like, the Fire Slayers, but I wouldn't really do both anymore. No, you're good, man. Even I'm kind of busy. I don't have much time for a lot of things. This is 6th edition, yes. 7th edition. It should be 7th edition. 7.5? 7.5. Or they call it 7.5. Because Dwarves had a book for the beginning of... Let me just show you. Oh, my spine. Oh, my spine, lad. My spine. All right. So this was 7th edition. I think I just showed here. 7th edition. I believe this is where you actually did get the new canon kit. Because the previous edition was 6th. Before that, it was 4th, I believe. So this book kind of like showed off a lot of the new plastics. You can actually see it here. So what's interesting is, let me zoom this out. Or I'll show it up here. For this edition, you got new Dwarf Warriors. So like plastics. It doesn't work. This doesn't work. Anyways, you get new plastic Dwarf Warriors. You get new plastic Quarrelers and Thunderers. Previous to this, you had plastic kits, but they were, again, very aged. The Iron Breakers, they're still using the same, like, I believe 5th edition Iron Breakers, or 6th edition. Again, I forgot what came before this exactly in terms of book, because not every edition they gave you a book. 4th, 5th, 6th. Yeah, I think that's correct. So these are the older Iron Breakers before they got turned into plastic around 8th edition. The Dwarven Miners came out, I believe, 7.5, so the book after this. The Slayers have always been here. Same sculpts. They've had ones previously, but Hammers as well got updated. Thinking about 8th. Over the editions, essentially this was the turning point, right? 7th edition to 7.5 to 8. This is 7.5. They've decided to just phase out metal completely and give you giant blocks of plastic infantry, which I don't blame them because it's so much better and it looks nicer. A lot of these sculpts are metal, though. A lot of the characters they kept, which are actually coming back as made to order, so chances of picking all of these up are pretty high. But yeah, this was the second to last army book before everything was phased out for the final stretch of fantasy, which was 8th. For someone who's been out of tabletop since 2012, what's new with these editions? If it's new, I haven't played the Old World because that's the newest thing that came out for what I like. I'm gearing up to play it. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, it's just a slightly more simplified, like, 8th edition, I believe. Because, I mean, I don't know what game you're playing exactly or have played, but let's just say this. If you've been out of the hobby since 2012, you could essentially be a lobotomized rat and be able to play everything because most games are quite streamlined and simplistic. And it's not that they're boring to play per se, but like it's a little easier going. You know, a lot of people can kind of get into the game and pick it up over a weekend and then play it over a weekend. It's more inviting, you know. I think that's just the biggest thing spanning all of the stuff they do these days is that it's accessible. Which is yeah. I mean, it makes sense. When a game when a game gains in popularity, right? How do you keep people coming back? Or rather, how do you keep people involved? You know, how do you get new people playing? Because no one wants to go into a store, look at this, and say, man, these dwarves are awesome. I can't wait to play them on the tabletop. And then they hand you like a fucking dictionary full of rules, you know? You still have that nuance, but like it's toned down a little bit, I believe. So yeah, this is 8th edition, the final book Dwarves got. It's all of their remaining sculpts. They updated the Iron Breakers. So previously you had seen them in metal, now they're in plastic. Same. More Iron Breakers, Iron Drakes. New plastic kit. Gyrocopter. New plastic kit. All of these are... They still gave you the old flame cannon. There's only ever been one flame cannon mini, and it just doesn't want to be updated for some reason. I don't know why. It has fucking wooden wheels, and it shoots flame. Nobody knows why. So yeah. What else did they bring in? Longbeards. You know, as good as these look, the original Longbeards are, like, extremely iconic and sought after. Weren't there 2 flame cannon models? Oh, shit, you're right, eh? It was 4th edition flame cannon. And then after that, I think it was updated for 6th or 7th edition. It was 7th edition. And I think from that point on, they just never did anything with it. You're right, there was another one. Yeah, it had the Gragas Dwarf with the giant barrel of oil. You are correct, actually. Yes. And although that other flame cannon model is cool, I kind of don't like either of them. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, anyways, it's basically in these last few editions, 7.5 to 8, this is 8th edition, that they brought out the rest of, like, the remaining updated sculpts. And after this, Fantasy died, so can't do anything with that, right? I feel like there was another one way before that. Real? You think so? Was it like an actual flame team? Maybe it was a team, not a cannon. Oh my god, you're right. That's like old hammer as fuck, though. Yeah, there is one, but it's like turbo dinky. I guess I've never seen this, honestly, and I'm kind of glad I haven't because it's just not. It's nothing really. Okay, so there's 3 different flame cannons, and none of them look good, or rather, none of them got turned into plastic, I should say. Made a bit more realistic. Yeah, I mean, inspiration is from wherever. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read The Lord of the Rings, but or the Silmarillion, wherever that information's from, or The Hobbit, right? There's so many different holds and clans, though, that, like, you can have kind of whatever colors you want, and it would still be canon, you know, because not everyone kind of just dresses and looks the same. Okay, so they had a flame cannon from 3rd edition to then updating it. Okay, they even have the War Master flame cannon. That doesn't count. 3rd edition. You just do this. So they had 3rd edition flame cannon. Sorry, 6th edition, which is the latest one. 4th edition, which has the Gragas Dwarf. And then 3rd edition? I guess I was wrong. There's 3 of them. You know what this fucking looks like? This looks like the Battle for Skull Pass's cannon. That's what that looks like. Like, this shit don't look like a skull cannon. Or not a skull cannon, a flame cannon. Interesting. Like, that's dinky as hell. It does, yeah. It really does. All right. Interesting. I guess you learn something new every day. I got into dwarves during, like, at least for fantasy, 7th edition, 7.5. So, like, what, 2006? 7? That's what I like. A lot of the old Hammer stuff is iconic, but it's not for me. So, I don't go after it. All right. Oh my god. So we're definitely building the organ gun. I'm not building the cannon. There's the cannon. Thought you were going to head out? Yeah, I'll go out in about 10 minutes. I just want to start something new. So we'll do the organ gun. Which means... let's start with... the wheels. And this. What I should do... What? In my room. Do you need it? Okay, come get it. I'll turn the cam off. Oh my god, get this guy out of here. He's a freak. Yeah, it's off. It's under the blanket. And yes, there's a lot of barefooted dwarves, you weirdo. Why? You want to put the things up? Why? You're gonna fuck it. You're gonna fuck it up. You're using the big heavy drill. Don't do that. Use the hand drill.
Where's the hand drill?
Check the kitchen. Don't do anything with that big drill. I promise you, it's fucked up. No, you can leave it. Leave it. It's fine. That's enough. You're good. She wants to go drill holes in walls with a giant fucking, like, beast of a machine. What is she doing? Okay, so let's put all the bits away. Doesn't matter where they go, just get them in the box. Yeah, Quinn, peace, buddy. Take it easy, man. All right. Organ gun. Cool. Put music back on. I think I'll scrape, like, this and then just be done for tonight. It's getting a bit late. It is getting a little bit late. The Warcry Fyreslayers look amazing, but the actual army does not. Almastos, yo, buddy. Unfortunately, the Fyreslayers are plagued by very bad base models, where everything else from, like, special games, I guess I could say, look better. I really, really don't like the look of the Fyreslayers. And I think it doesn't have to do with their aesthetic, it's more so their sculpt. The sculpt is it's I can't do better, personally, but, like, there's no flavor in them. There's no soul, there's no life. Did you see the Soda Poppins review of League after playing ranked for 7 days straight? There's nothing enjoyable about low elo League of Legends. I mean, he's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. The heroes are good or cool, do you mean? Because, I mean, the entire army is just a bunch of naked, angry men. Or dwarves, I should say. But, like, they all kind of blend into each other. Oh. Well, and if that's the case, I mean, yeah, it won't be fun. I mean, you want to talk about getting fanboyed? Look at Forsen. Remember when he played, like, PUBG and whatnot? Like, he lands and there's 50,000 people chasing him with, like, Ugandan noises. Mixed army battles. Like, 2v2s and stuff like that. You could do 2v2s, yeah. Pretty sure there used to be rules for, like, if you take allies that you can't deploy near them because you hate each other, or sometimes, like, you just can't play with each other because you can't ally with, like, Tyranids and whatnot. Pretty sure it was the same way for fantasy. More of, like, a thematic thing. Yeah. Like, the Imperial Guard could ally with the Space Marines, so on and so forth, right? Tyranids can't ally with anyone because they just want to eat them all. Pretty sure there was that in fantasy. It's just I haven't played in so long I can't remember. 40k I do know, though. It's a little bit more fresh. How are dwarves and wood elves? Dwarves and any elves do not work. 99% sure that's just not happening at all. How much for an OPG review on the other channel? Tomorrow? Come ask that tomorrow. I'll be streaming on the other channel. I have to go out in the morning at about 10:30, and then when I come back, we're going to be streaming League. Thief games. No, I haven't seen those. No, I don't remember them. If you could, would you turn yourself into a dwarf? No. I'm going to say this. If you had to be transported into Warhammer Fantasy, would I want to be a dwarf? Why not? Do I want to be a dwarf? Like, if I was fused into a dwarf or something right now? No. I don't have, like, dreams of being something that I'm not or something else, you know? But, like, for the sake of if you were in that setting and you had to choose a race to be, why not? I feel like you'd live an actual fulfilling life. I haven't heard the Dreadnoughts in so long. That's why I'm putting them on. Especially these albums. Where's Stormfront? True. I would not want to be Gragas. I'm already starting to look like him, and I don't like it. You die to goblins or some shit, it never ends well for dwarves. That is true, but some do make it to a few hundred years. And again, usually a fulfilling life. Do I work out? Nope. I'm fat, brother. Although I have been staying very busy lately because I've got a lot going on in life. Not that that's a good thing right now, but it's to the point where I'm kind of nonstop moving 24/7. Skaven would be the worst race to be? Yeah, probably. Your pastimes are getting stomped on, pissing yourself, and kind of just eating junk and scheming. I'm going to Yosemite. Yosemite? What is that? A privileged Skaven? Yeah. I mean, Skaven just don't live a good existence. I don't think you even get to live at all, considering their lifespan is like days sometimes, maybe even hours. Oh, a national park. Yosemite. Yosemite? That's cool. I've never been. I'll never be going, but I assume it's kind of a big deal. It's probably a very nice place to be. Bro, get this, ban this motherfucker, ban him. Put him in the book now. Give him a 1 day. Because by the time I stream again, I'll be back in a day. You banned him. You didn't have to ban him. He was just kind of being a weird little dude, you know? He was just being a weird little dude. I miss him. I want Chicken Chicks back. That could be him. Who knows? Is that his reincarnation? Do 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 do. I guess it depends on what you're into, right? Because, like, what are you into? And then at that point, you can kind of figure out what you want to get like purchase-wise, you know? Like aliens, humans, superhumans, green skins, dwarves. I think it boils down to like what your interests are before you get to do anything with that, right? The problem with people getting into Warhammer is that they may buy something they don't necessarily like and then regret it because it's so expensive. I think establishing what you might be interested in first through like YouTube videos or wiki, well, the Warhammer wiki, um, is a good place to start. Warhammer will require you to sell your firstborn child to fund it. I'd say good investment. He either funds the Warhammer or he's in the coal mines. And kids these days don't want the coal mines. They want TikTok. But thankfully, TikTok's banned, so we're going to put him back in the coal mines. No, I play. I'm going to be playing the Old World, which is the new Warhammer Fantasy that came out, but I've played for years. Last time I fucked with the game was like what? The last AOS edition and the second last 40k edition. Banned in January 20. Oh, gotcha. 2025, by the way. Yeah, okay. He's got a lot of time. What? Okay, I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna go. I will be on tomorrow. We have to go eat dinner, and I don't know what that was. I outbid a guy on eBay for one of the War Dog retail price, but a spite one box comes with two. Bro, why you like that? I'll have a new Monster Hunter game by then. Yeah. You probably have a lot of new things by then, to be honest. 2 years from now. All right, guys. I actually do have to go. I will be on tomorrow. Peace, peace. Stay well. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be on the main channel tomorrow, 100%. Probably not going to stream here, just because we've been here quite a bit. And I think I might actually have a full day to stream League games. So that's cool. All right. I'm out, folks. Take care. Stay safe. And I will catch you later. Peace, everyone. Peace, peace.